Have you ever noticed how the fear of speaking in public can feel almost paralyzing? Your hands get sweaty, your voice shakes, your heart races as if you're about to face real danger. But here's the fascinating part. Your brain isn't malfunctioning. In fact, it's doing exactly what it was designed to do, protect you from social rejection. Let's go back thousands of years. Imagine yourself standing in front of your tribe, the firelight flickering on your face. If you said the wrong thing, if you embarrassed yourself, if you lost their trust, it could mean isolation. And back then, isolation often meant death. So your brain learned to treat social exposure as a matter of survival. That's why even today, standing in front of an audience can trigger the same stress response as facing a wild animal. But here's something fascinating. Studies in neuroscience show that your body's reaction, the racing heart, the shallow breathing, the trembling, is not a sign of weakness. It's energy. Energy your body is releasing to help you perform, to make you sharper, faster, more alert. The problem is not the reaction itself, but the story you tell yourself about it. When you say, "I'm nervous," your brain interprets the signals as danger. But if you reframe it as, "I'm excited," suddenly those same signals become fuel. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Psychologists have found that the fear of public speaking, or glossophobia, affects about 77% of people. That's more than the fear of snakes, heights, or even death in some surveys. Think about that. People would rather face physical danger than risk social judgment. Why? Because your brain is wired to value belonging above almost everything else. Losing acceptance feels like losing safety. But here's the twist. While your brain clings to fear, your audience is not your enemy. In fact, most people aren't judging as harshly as you imagine. Research in social psychology shows a powerful phenomenon called the spotlight effect. You think every tiny mistake, every pause, every stutter is painfully obvious. But to others, they barely notice. What feels like a disaster to you often passes unseen by the crowd. Now here's something even more encouraging. Public speaking doesn't just get easier with practice. It actually rewires your brain. Each time you face the fear, your amygdala, the brain's fear center, quiets down a little more. Meanwhile, the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that manages focus, logic, and self-control, gets stronger. Over time, speaking in public stops being a threat and starts becoming an opportunity. And here's the part no one tells you. People don't remember perfection. They remember connection. A trembling voice that carries honesty will touch people more than a polished speech with no soul. Vulnerability is not your weakness, it's your bridge. When you let people see the real you, they lean in, because deep down, they see themselves in you. So the next time you feel your heart pounding before you speak, pause and remember this. It's not fear, it's energy. It's your body preparing you for one of the most human acts there is, sharing your truth with others. And every time you do it, you are not just speaking. You are rewiring your brain, expanding your courage, and proving to yourself that you belong. Because in the end, public speaking is not about performing, it's about connecting. And connection has always been the most powerful form of survival. So what if instead of asking, "What if I fail?" you asked, "What if my words change someone's life today?" And if this perspective shifted something in you, don't forget to subscribe, because here we explore the psychology behind everyday fears and how to turn them into strengths. Trust me, you'll want to hear what's coming next.